Hi there, everyone. My name is Christian Eschbach. Welcome to another one of my album reviews, and it is CanCon time, so we're going to get into some Billy Talent, Afraid of Heights. I love me Billy Talent. I started with right from the beginning with Billy Talent when they first came out. I was an adult, technically, even. Picked up on Billy Talent. I was an adult with kids. Picked up on a Billy Talent, never looked back. Sadly, I don't have every album anymore because divorces suck. Sadly, it's not really so much divorces suck. It's buying albums for your kids for Christmas, and then your kids grow up, and then you don't have access to their music anymore, so you got to go out and buy it for yourself again. Double buying an album. This was the first album I actually bought after the divorce, and I absolutely love this album. I I love this album, but I don't love it as much as other Billy Talent albums. Billy Talent 3 and Dead Silence, those two. Now, I've had many debates with people over which is the better album. I personally prefer Dead Silence. I know a lot of people like 3. I understand why on both accounts. They're both great. This album, compared to everything that had been released up to that point, and then we get to this album, if you have bought every other Billy Talent album and you have loved and enjoyed every other Billy Talent album, you are going to love and enjoy this one because this sounds like most other Billy Talent albums. I don't think they experimented as much with this album as they could have, or they might have if they wanted to. Maybe this was just stuff they had sitting. I think some of this was stuff they've had sitting around for a while, and they just kind of wanted to work it into an album. I think my personal views. Let me get into this though. All right. So I also want to mention before I go too far. I bought the 2-disc version of this album when it came out, so I got the demo versions of all the songs on the other side, and I'll come around back to that. So we've got the album opening up with Big Red Gun. Big Red Gun, right away, it lets you know it's a Billy Talent album. Right off the bat, there is no mistaking that this is going to be a Billy Talent album and what you are in for. It's got it's got everything you want to hear in a Billy Talent album right in the very beginning of it. It works out perfectly that way. It's wonderful. From that, we go into, well, hold on, before we go into the downside is Big Red Gun is kind of a pretty basic feeling Billy Talent song to me. Then we get into Afraid of Heights. Afraid of Heights is good. Dig the song. I really like where they go with it. I like the setup it does for the album. Afraid of Heights almost kind of feels, because they come back to it later on with a reprise. But Afraid of Heights to me kind of feels like it's setting it up to give it a kind of a thematic feel. I don't want to say it's necessarily a concept album. Maybe it is a concept album, a loose concept album. I can't say for sure. I've never really taken the time to read up to see if that's what the band intended for it, nor did I care to read up on it. I just enjoy it as I listen to it. And Afraid of Heights really sets it up. Now, the downside of Afraid of Heights is, once again, it's kind of a basic Billy Talent song. Then we get to Ghost Ship of Cannibal Rats. The good tune. I really dig this tune. This is the first song where I'm like, oh, okay. But I go, whoa, okay, because it's a real throwback to really early Billy Talent. Like, it's really got that kind of angry, heavy, whoa kindness that Billy Talent has early on in their career. Then we got Louder Than the DJ. Louder Than the DJ is kind of funny and enjoyable, but to me, it's definitely a humorous joke kind of song. I don't think you can really take it as a serious kind of song. And that's the thing. Billy Talent is one of the most serious bands I can say I've ever really listened to. Very serious, very, I don't want to use the word political because that's the wrong term, but really, aware, we're going to say. I don't want to say woke. Woke is definitely the wrong word. They're definitely aware. They're very sympathetic. There's definitely a cause behind them to a degree. And I mean, I'm going to say that Billy Talent has saved a lot of Canadian teenagers, I think. I really, truly believe so. So when they do a joke song like Louder Than the DJ, it's kind of interesting and it's kind of funny. But musically, it's kind of a basic kind of Billy Talent song. Then we go to the Crutch. The Crutch. I really don't listen to the Crutch that much on its own. When the album's playing through, it's decent, but it's not a song that I'm into at all. Rabbit Down the Hole. First song, I honestly kind of pick my ear up a little bit and go, oh, that's a little different. It's a little not quite normal for Billy. I like this. I like where we're going here. I really dig it. Beautiful acoustic bit going on in there, which is really kind of nice. I really get into it. Really, whew. Then we got Time Bomb Ticking Away, and I'm not into Time Bomb Ticking Away. I'm really not. It really just doesn't do much for me. It's very cliche Billy Talent. Lyrically, even, it's cliche Billy Talent, and it's not even. It doesn't even have the cool descriptive or the cool story narration that, you would find in songs like The River Below or whatnot, where the same themes are kind of expressed and explored. I really, I'm sure there's people out there, especially for anybody where this might have been their first Billy Talent album or their second one, I could see where they really got in that without hearing the earlier stuff. But after hearing the earlier stuff, yeah. Horses and Chariots. Okay, this one, I really dig this because it's not often that Billy Talent gets into what I would call a very straight ahead beat. The bass on it just is, and just going along and just beautifully driving. Drums aren't doing anything crazy, just straight ahead. That galloping kind of drive that you get on a good traveling cowboy kind of song. And it really works on this one. And it really grabs me, and I really enjoy every second of it. This Is Our War and February Winds both. If you like Billy Talent, you'll enjoy them. Otherwise, honestly, they're very straight ahead, cliche Billy Talent kind of songs. Nothing to write home about as far as I'm concerned. Nothing to even really mention here as far as I'm concerned. And the album ends with the already mentioned Afraid of Heights reprise. The piano work they do right at the beginning of this, and they get into it, and they basically kind of go back to Afraid of Heights, but they do it completely different way, and the instrumentation really changes out and whatnot. Fantastic. I enjoy the reprise much more than I enjoy the original, to be completely fair and honest with you. If you are a Billy Talent fan, yes, definitely pick this album up. It is good Billy Talent. If you are not a Billy Talent fan, and if you have not really listened to Billy Talent before, this is not the first album I would suggest you pick up. I would suggest you either go with 2 or Dead Silence, as I've already mentioned. I've even got a review for Dead Silence available, where I actually looked at the vinyl. I lost the CD copy in the divorce, so when I replaced it, I actually replaced it with vinyl because I already had a burned copy from the CD on my computer. So it was good for me. It's a good album, though. It really is. Once again, I think this is for the Billy Talent fans. I don't think this is for your casual listener so much. And even as a Billy Talent fan, if you've kind of grown out of Billy Talent, you may have possibly grown out of this album. This album has some songs that show that they're growing. I mean, they were always a grown-up band to start with. That's the problem. Lyrically, they were always a very mature and adult band to start with. Musically, they were always very strong. So now it's more about them having to experiment and go into different realms and try different things and whatnot. And there's a little of this on the album, but there's not enough of it for me. I'd like to see a little bit more, so here's hoping the next album has a little bit more. As for the second disc with all the demo versions, the demos are Big Red Gun, Afraid of Heights, Ghost Ship of Cannibal Rats, Louder Than the DJ, The Crutch, Time Bomb Ticking Away, Leave Them All Behind, and Afraid of Heights reprise. The demos really aren't that different, and there really isn't. Like, you definitely will notice a few things here and there between a couple songs, but for the most part, there's not huge differences in them. The band produced it themselves, okay? And that's the way it's been for a while. And that's not going to change. And because of that, going from the demos to the actual albums, they just get slicker. They get a little more polished. They get a finer sound to them. They got a few more bucks to put into it. Otherwise, the songs are pretty much the songs. Those are my thoughts. Those are my views. That's what I think of Billy Talent's Afraid of Heights. Tell me what you think. That is what the comments section is for. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications button, hit the share button. That helps out you and me. And otherwise, in the links below, you will see a link for Patreon. I've started doing that now in the new year. You're going to see that on all the reviews. There's an option in there. You can go throw me $1 a month. There's options in there for more if you want. There is some exclusive content I've put in there. But if you throw me $1 a month, that's wonderful. That's great. Otherwise, peace, love, take care.